Claire wasn't sure how long she'd been down here, but she knew she'd spent more time in this world than any other. It was odd to think about. Those other worlds had been whole galaxies and afterlives, but they couldn't compare to this small stone hamlet. Claire had spent ages exploring every nook of this town, and every time it felt like she discovered something new. A new shop filled with jars of preserves, or an intimidating staff made of bone that had a dangerous feeling. And every so often, she'd find something that wouldn't make sense. A pool of maple syrup behind an old mansion, or a mysterious section of town rendered silent. But there was something else about this town that really piqued Claire's interests. She couldn't help but think back to her mother's words down at the bottom, about community and giving the land back to the people. This town seemed to show the strength of her mother's words. It was a fraction of those previous worlds in size, and yet it felt endlessly vast in comparison. It made Claire think, what am I supposed to do when I get back to the surface? Claire didn't have an answer, but if she had a wish, she would want Wormwood to be just as magical as this little town.
Покайся богам, пацан, ведь во всем виноват ты сам. Похоже, ты влип, пацан, и расхлебывать будешь сам. И расхлебывать будешь сам. Боги не услышат твоих слов. Их защиты не ищи ты. И плевать на тебя, пацан.
No worries. We found a cupboard and it had everyone's potential in it, swimming around in there. Everyone who dies in the big stadium, oops, their potential gets shoved in a cupboard.
Oh. Well, that's bleak.
Yeah, a little bit, huh? Yeah, Vindrass was vibing and she accidentally found the potential cupboard. I mean, it is a cupboard. It's not a potential cupboard.
That's
So last time we left this adventure, the party won an exciting battle to draw the God King's attention so that he would come to the stadium, which now, by implication, you understand why he shows up when exciting battles happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's some good potential.
I was waiting if anybody was going to ask the abbot, like, why in the middle of a war would he come to see a sports event? It's because if there's someone strong fighting, he gets to take their strongness.
See, you know, that makes sense, but I just assumed that he was just a real big sports fan.
I was like, he's a monarch. He loves to watch people fight.
Yeah.
I was like, we literally have a sitting leader who, during every national crisis, goes golfing. So I just assumed he's just a shitty fucking leader.
Yeah.
That's true. But so the last we left this adventure, Vindrass discovered where all this stolen potential is being kept is underneath the Colosseum. So she can go back and report that to the party as they wake up and decide what to do about that. Let's start right back in the locker room as everybody wipes the sleep from their eyes and gets a drink of water.
Has everyone had a bit of water? Had a coffee or everything? Everyone awake?
I want pancakes.
I know, pancakes would be real good right now, wouldn't they?
Zer runs off to get Lola pancakes.
Get us some too!
Ooh, he my boyfriend now. Pancakes? That's how you get a girl's heart.
Okay, if you're all awake enough, everyone's potential's in a cupboard.
Well, that's a lot easier than I thought it would be then.
Yeah, I was vibing. I felt the heartbeat of the stadium. I followed it to a cupboard. I tried to psychically connect through the cupboard. I thought that elemental we were looking for might be there, and oops, all of the people are in that one tiny cupboard.
Now, is cupboard a UK idiom I'm not aware of? Because when I hear cupboard, I think of a very small space. This is an entire crypt underneath the Colosseum.
I'll be fair. I was imagining this door not having any kind of window. I don't know how deep it is below there. I was just picturing there's a door that says employees only. For all I know, it's just a storage cupboard, but they just keep wedging
A bunch of souls
you
in
know,
there.
we've got the latex gloves if we need them. We've got the mop and bucket, and we just chuck some potential in there every now and then.
No, there's no door on the there's no window on the door, but it's much bigger behind there than the word cupboard conjures to me. It also just occurred to me how not everyone has spent a lot of times in the bowels of stadiums. That's
Yeah. To be fair, I didn't know if Vindrass would have a sense of how big it was. Just there's a door, and behind it there is just so many people are behind that door.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we try to do that.
Staple says, "Do what? Or what are we gonna do?" The halfling said we need to get it back for them.
Is this a situation where we open the door and everyone's potential just like flies back to the bodies it's meant to be in? Does it do? Is that how it works?
Roll religion to see how it works.
I'm just saying, like, in case we fuck up and get exploded by the elemental, maybe we try to release all the potential before we go into that. Religion.
I got a 10.
I am Spartacus.
I got a 4.
I got a 17.
Thank God.
The party fails. 17 is the only one that passed. Not enough to do it. So I will say you actually don't know the ideal mechanics here. I think you all basically say, like, I guess let's go break into that room and look at it and see if we can figure something out, because any conversation we have in this room is going to be uninformed. So we might as well just bulldoze ahead and try to improvise.
Kick down the door and we'll go from there. I mean, not kick down. That's very loud. We'll slowly open it.
Zara comes back with pancakes.
Yes! Did you get me syrup?
I got blueberry and I got regular.
Fuck yeah. You come live with me on the farm.
Okay. Zara passes out pancakes. As you all get ready to
Man,
go,
he knows his syrups.
go see the employees only door, you see Amy floating kind of behind. She's a ghost, so she didn't sleep or get high. She seems to have been up all night just like thinking.
Hey. You wanna come help us with this?
Yeah, I guess.
If you don't want to, that's okay too. You got a lot going on, you know?
No, I have to. It's like a mass grave my father made, so it'd be pretty chicken shit not to look at it. It's just a lot.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna hold up Bradley as if he's like next to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Where do Weagles live? If I wanted to go meet some.
See, everything. I don't know. The only time I've ever, gotten an answer on that from the Wiggles is they're like, "Oh, we live in the clouds," but it sounds like whoa, 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 whoa.
In the clouds, you say? Interesting.
But that doesn't sound real, right? But then again, what do I know? I'm not a giant flying whale.
There's also a giant crack in the sky, so who knows what's real anymore.
Oh my god, does that mean the Wiggles can go on vacation now? They've been wanting to, I bet.
She thinks deeply about Weagle vacations.
Yeah, let it bring some calm to your soul.
All right. So the party walks through the tunnels underneath the stadium. These are totally normal looking tunnels that are underneath stadiums. That's like, it's not suspicious so far. It's like you reach this employees only door and it could be anything on the other side. It's only because Vindrass reached out with her mind that you know what's going on here. But the door is locked. You don't see any employees. What do you do?
I use my psionic ability to very politely ask the souls on the other side of the door, "Can you unlock it, please?"
They're souls!
That's very funny. No, that just you connect with them again, and it's just like dipping your mind into a giant vat of id. It's a lot. Like, I thought about making you roll for damage, but it's like there's no hostility here. It's just logging so directly on.
Alright, so I just double checked my proficiencies. And I am proficient with thieves' tools.
From Zur.
I'm gonna use Stewart quills to try and pick the lock.
Hell yeah. Advantage because Zur's here.
Oh, because he got me pancakes.
Okay. The pancake bonus.
I got a 7.
Yeah, that would have been a botch without the advantage. You break the quill
Christ.
off in the lock, and now it is unpickable. What do you do?
Does someone have a crowbar?
Does it? I was thinking the murder sign could.
I mean, yeah, the murder sign could probably just pry it open.
Oh, I have a crowbar.
Yes, that was...
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I forgot I had a crowbar. I was looking at the wrong thing. Okay. Can I roll something else to do with the crowbar?
I mean, it'll be a straight up strength roll. I don't know if Lola wants to be the one to do it, but you do have a crowbar.
All right, who wants my crowbar? Who's stronger than me? I got no muscles.
I think both Vindrass and me have pretty high strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got decent strength.
Take it and throw it at somebody.
Okay.
9.
That's so funny. This I was like the classic D&D end game puzzle, a locked door.
Can I just try to like punch the drawer down? Actually, wait. You know what? Fuck it. We're not really gonna be stealthy at this point, right?
Wait, I was gonna. Oh no, never mind. That's not what I thought it was. Go ahead.
I say, why don't I use my Doomguard cestus to just punch the door off the fucking hinges?
Oh yeah, just do it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to make you roll for that because this is like once per arc item, so this is your charge of it. If you want to put that gauntlet on, the cestus on, it glows with unholy power, and then you just punch the door and it crumples.
Bramwell is just gonna say, knock, knock.
Maybe a good idea to do a quick pass without trace.
Here's the question. Do you just punch the door in so that's destroyed, or do you just try to crush like the handle area and then leave like some kind of plausible deniability about the door, or do you just go full sicko mode?
Austin, why did you ask me that?
You're right.
Because you know the answer is I absolutely crushed that motherfucking door in to the detriment of the entire campaign because it's an earthquake and that would be the coolest thing to do with it.
Thank you. Yeah, so you demolish this door with a mighty blow from the cestus, just completely ripping it off its moorings, cracking the walls all around the door. And you now can see down into this, what we've been calling a cupboard, but what you see is another hallway leading into a kind of storage area. I think maybe in pre-apocalypse times, this was some kind of storage area. It might have been a weight room or something, but it has been excavated out further to hold within it a giant pink salt crystal heart.
Can I roll Arcana on that heart?
Yeah, sure, we can roll Arcana. We rolled religion already, and that was a failure, but let's get some Arcana if you all want a little bit more information now that you can see this thing.
That's what I was hoping for. Yeah.
18.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
14.
5.
Yeah, so the party passes 18, 14, 14, passes 12 to give you something that I think is going to be useful here, which is, so you see this big, I'm going to say the crypt underneath the Colosseum. You see up on the ceiling what looks like veins, pink veins coming down, then they crawl along the ceiling, down the wall, and into this big crystal salt heart. This is the potential of the people who die in the Colosseum is drained down into here and stored. The God King takes, when he comes and docks his castle, he can like recharge himself in his castle so he can drive it around. It's basically like reserves. All the stuff he's stolen is saving up here. It does kind of beat psionically. It's not physically beating because it is made out of rock salt, but you feel it like pulsing in your temples. It's spiritually pulsing and beating. Now that you're close.
Do we get Mephit signal down here?
Sure. I was in my mind, I was like, does that magically make sense? But I think it makes comedy sense, and that's more important.
Just open up a beak. Hello, Denise.
Yeah. After a little bit of static crackle, you hear Denise come on and say, "Yeah, what's up?"
I'm gonna point the Mephit at the big heart. What does that do?
Honey, this is a voice call. I can't see anything.
Oh, well, there's the. Okay, I'm gonna whisper in case we're bugged. Oh no, who's bugging the methods? That's a real problem. So like if there was like a big pink heart crystal with like veins. What would happen if we like cut off the veins? Do you know? You're so smart. You gotta know.
So this is a really interesting question. I think because you got 14, 14, 18 on that roll, I'm going to have Denise say a little bit more than maybe she would have if you failed. She says, well, if you cut a heart out, I'm not really sure what the hell you're talking about, but I am a biologist, so I actually know for a fact. Here's a little trivia. If you cut the heart out of something, it dies. So that's a little fun fact for you if you want to write that down.
What if it's like a big salt heart and like inside under like I don't know, a stadium maybe?
Well, so what you're saying is if you cut the heart out, the whole organism dies.
Also, if you were to just cut one big vein, then a lot of what's being pumped around it would flow out.
Like if souls were running through veins of this hypothetical, like if you cut the vein, then the souls would be able to escape. Right? That sounds like biology.
So here's the thing. Denise actually does not know about this. This is a thing that there's no reason the God King would have told her about. So she doesn't have all this knowledge ready to give you. But I think she can put kind of 2 and 2 together a little bit and say, well, I think if you cut the veins, you will cut off it from the body. But also, if you cut a heart out, the heart doesn't have much longer to beat either. So it's kind of a risk reward, you know?
Yeah, I know, totally.
So I think basically what she says is if you disconnect the heart from the Colosseum, the God King will have, when he docks the castle, he will not be able to draw energy from it. He will be an easier fight. But if you do that, the crystal will be, the heart will begin leaking potential, and you will not have as much to give back to the halflings.
Oh, it wouldn't like fly back to everybody. We'd have to like bottle it and bring it to them.
Yeah, this seems like a thing where after the revolution's over, like you would bring all the halflings here to like lay hands on it.
Okay, yes, okay, that does help.
That is a choice that we now have on the table to make.
Yeah, that's great because I was like, let's just get the potential out now, but.
So yeah, the question is, do you fight the God King at full strength for the chance to give the halflings all their potential back, or do you power him down, but they lose a bunch of their potential, so that their society is still devastated?
There really seems to be some sort of
risk reward,
like a metaphor at play here, almost one might say.
Conrad, would you say that maybe the God King is pitting people against each other to drain their revolutionary potential?
It certainly would come across in that way, would it not?
Like within their class, would you say there's conflict?
Like there might be some sort of struggle going on.
That's how I would word it. Yeah.
I vote full power.
It's the morally just decision.
Yeah.
I think we can kick his ass. I don't think we need to weaken him to kick his ass. He's gonna go down easy anyway.
I mean, we told him like if we were like, hey, we figured out how to get your potential back, but we decided it didn't matter so that we could have an easier time. I hope you understand.
We promised we'd give them back their potential, so we shall do it.
Gecko's gotta keep her word.
As you all are discussing this, you look away from the heart for a minute to have this conversation, and then one of you looks back and you see Amy as a ghost kind of caressing it.
Amy?
It's talking. Can you hear it?
What does it say?
A million things. There's so many voices.
Are you okay, sweetie?
There's a lot going on in there, huh? It's like a heartbeat. I drew a corridor. It was a thing.
You said I shouldn't be like my father, so I'm trying to think of the pain of all these people.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. Oh. Are you, that's actually really, really great.
Yeah, she seems enraptured by it. She's like putting her arms inside of it.
She would be a good queen, maybe. She'd listen to people.
Lola the monarchist. Didn't see that twist coming, did you, bitches?
I'm not actually, I don't know. I feel bad for her. We bullied her mother's dead and
You
took
are
her body.
such an easy mark.
I'm the easiest mark, dude. What? You think I don't know this? If you put like a cat face on something, I am there. I am an easy mark. I am so easy.
They just got to give your stormtroopers cute outfits, and Lauren's on board.
Only if they're animals. People in cute outfits don't get any respect.
So Staples says, listen, I don't know shit about shit. I know even less about metaphysical, magical mumbo jumbo. I just hit things with a big bone. So I think the God King's going to be here probably at the end of the day. So we have the whole day to fuck around. If Amy wants to stay here and make googly eyes at the heart, that's fine. It looks cool, but I'm going to go try to see what they have in the kitchens. And maybe I can get laid. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Wait, I want to bring me back a pastry, please.
When Staples leaves, Bramwell's going to turn to Vireen and say, now which one was that again?
Oh,
Not important.
Amy, you sure that's good for your mental health?
I think she just like sinks into it and you can't see her anymore.
All right, well, who else wants to go to the kitchen?
Yeah, so you have one last day to accomplish anything you want before it's time to sneak on to the castle. I know Laura already hit me up about what she wanted to do, but everyone else can think about it maybe while she does that scene.
So the last thing that Vindrass is going to do with time off before this all comes to a head is she's had a spell for a while and not the components to use it, and given the news about Bramwell, it feels more important than ever to at least look into it. No idea if it's going to work, but she's going to go and try and find the spell components for Revivify.
Yep. So resurrection magic does not work in Dice Funk, but Revivify is a very limited corner case because you have to get the person like as soon as they die. It's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't erase all consequences from the story, which is always my frustration with resurrection magic. This is a very limited. I think you have a minute when someone dies to get them back.
It's literally like, is the person's ghost like rising up still probably within arm's reach that you can shove them back in?
That's literally my fictional headcanon of this, is that the reason it works is because their soul hasn't quite gone into the gray yet, and you just grab it and jam it back in.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing, Vindrass has no idea if this would even work on Bramwell anymore, but she feels the need to get it in case.
Yeah, whether or not it works mechanically, I think it's a strong roleplay choice. So Vindrass, the question is, where do you go to look for Revivify components in a Colosseum? In the book, I believe the Revivify components are a diamond worth X amount of money, but diamonds are worthless now in this economy because they just literally ran from the sky. So you need something pretty valuable. Where do you go?
I think Vindrass goes wandering around looking for if there's perhaps if there's anywhere that she could find metal somewhere, where be it like a single trophy somewhere in the building, or some sort of like very important award that might have had some metal used on it to signify its importance.
I do love that. Yeah, a trophy case in the stadium for the Wormwood Abalones rally ball team. And there's this big case here with all their trophies that don't mean anything in the post-apocalypse, but the metal on them are still valuable. And it's like some kind of, combination metal. Like, maybe it's even a graphene, which is a very rare substance in our world, but it's been established in previous Dice Funk seasons as being more readily available in a natural form. So if there's like a graphene rally ball trophy that would be valuable enough. It's inside this glass case. What do you do?
I mean, just punch it, yeah.
Smash it!
Give it a punch.
The acquisition's easy. You just see this big case, and it's filled with pictures of like star athletes, and there's a big trophy. You look around, and then you just punch the case open and grab it, and you're like, all right, so this I can melt this down with magic to cast Revivify once, maybe even saving someone's life. You have Bramwell in mind because he's so close to death.
Maybe it won't be Bramwell, and maybe if I tried on Bramwell, it won't even work, but Vindrass doesn't want to lose anyone on this one, and she's going to do her best to avoid that.
But that's the second big noise that's been made. First, the door got punched off the hinges, then this case gets broken. So I think as you're leaving this area of the stadium, some security people walk over and they say, "Hey, you!" And you see that they are a mole and probably a Thrycreen as well, like all lowly, maybe even literally slaves.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I heard this really loud noise, and I saw someone trying to run off with this thing. But it's all good. I got it off them, and it's so good to see you both.
Wait, aren't you Vindrass the Terrible?
Yeah, hi. Hello. I see you're aware of my work.
Can I get your autograph?
Sure. You know what? Give me that bit of paper. I will do 2 autographs. I'll do one with each hand at the same time. We'll do a nice little double one.
I think as you're signing autographs, there's like this commotion. Maybe like 1 or 2 other people see this and come over, and they're like, "Hey, aren't you that lady who does all the paintings?" And someone else says, "No, she's the leader of that Path of the Joining." And it's just like more and more slaves and workers start coming over, and they're all surrounding you, and someone's like trying to like touch you, like almost like you touch the Pope or something. They're just like trying to get a blessing, and eventually just this corridor is just packed with the people.
Hello to everyone. Nice to meet all of you and your various walks of life that had led you to meeting me. How are you all doing?
Someone says, "Are you going to fight tomorrow? Are you going to fight in the big match when the God King gets here? Kick their ass, Vindrass."
Well, obviously I'll be getting ready for whatever my next big next big fight happens to be. I go where I'm sent for the fights, you see, We'll see what the day brings.
Now people are just open, like they lift you up onto their shoulders to carry you out. And someone's like, "Can you paint us something on the side of the stadium? There's all these advertisements here." But I think a lot of these companies got destroyed when their workers rose up and killed their bosses.
Sure, if you can find some paint, I will paint something. And during all of this, she's trying desperately to shove this trophy in her bag to be like, "Don't have this, it's all good."
Yeah. No, I mean, I think definitely they saw it and were like, "Yeah, she's stealing this," but they don't care. Your reputation precedes you now in Wormwood.
I'm glad that I'm now apparently famous enough that I can get away with just stealing shit.
It does come with its
Powerful
perks.
Legit
knowledge.
celebrity now.
Yep.
You can just shoplift and nobody gives a
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. They just acknowledge that that's a reality of, who's gonna stop Vindrass.
Winona Ryder has entered the chat.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Winona.
Anybody else
Yes.
know what they do with their last
Yes. Okay, so Little's gonna grab Zer by the collar. Hey,
day? Uh-oh.
hey, Zer, follow me. We got one last job. The final job for all the beans.
Wait, all the beans?
I don't know. So I read it in a book one time. Let's go release all the animals.
Wait, what?
There's you're telling me there aren't if it's a gladiatorial stadium, there's no big scary animals being kept there in cages.
Oh my
and
god.
shit?
Yeah, I was always thinking of it in terms of executions essentially, but it does make sense if it's, gladiatorial that there'd be
I want to cause chaos and free them all.
Okay, yeah. So you can go from the cage to cage and let them out. You can speak to animals. So there's
We're cool.
a big scary animal. You can tell them to be free. What kind? You want to make up some animals, Lauren?
Yeah. I'm trying. Komodo lion.
Uh-huh.
I think that'd be cute.
That would be cute. It's a Komodo dragon with a big mane and big paws.
And big paws.
Yeah. A Komodo lion.
Oh, that was just what I was thinking. A bosprey. It's a bear / osprey.
Okay.
What else is scary? I don't know. I want something kind of dumb that like is scarier than it should be.
Well, the dumbest animal is probably a panda. They're always falling over. That's fun.
Two-toed panda.
We already did a sloth. What about turkeys? Are also pretty dumb.
Turkeys?
Yeah. What about turkey panda?
Yeah, that goes along because the sloth I was thinking because they're big old claws.
Yeah.
But turkey have big old talons. Yeah. So.
And so you just let them all out of their cages?
Oh yeah, all at the same time. There's helping. We be free. Don't eat each other. Be cool.
Oh no! I got a cabbage, a wolf, and a sheep here. What do I do?
Oh no. That's mostly it. I just want to call out 1, fuck this place. 2, fuck this place. 3, free the animals. 4, let's go find some pie.
Okay, yeah. I think Zur following with you, opening these cages. He probably also there's some like nobles who've docked their skiffs, and he just pulls out a knife and just cuts the reins on all their shark horses.
Yes. That's getting into it. Good job, sir.
He says, "So earlier when I brought you pancakes, did you call me your boyfriend?"
You heard? No. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you want to be, I don't know. I'll make it weird.
Okay. I just didn't know there was the pancakes was the secret.
Pancakes are the secret to everything.
All right, I'm gonna write a best-selling advice guide for men called "Pancakes Are the Secret."
Oh no! Don't write that book.
Why not? I want support. I'm your boyfriend. Support me in my art.
It's just a little cringy, bro.
Aw.
That's okay. You can write whatever you want, but free this lion, dragon, whatever it is.
Yeah. So, are any of these animals small enough to bring with you for a little bonus, or this is just big scary guys who you release?
What if it's a baby bear osprey?
Aw.
It's not a full adult yet, but he's like osprey, like a bird-sized bear.
A bosprey.
Like a tiny bear with wings.
Does that give you any bonuses? Is it emotional?
Claws. Oh, emotional too. I was like, I can throw him at people and he'll just chomp them. And then fly away.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we can come back to it, but if you want to take a little bear osprey with you, does it have a name?
Barbara.
Okay, thank you, Lauren.
You're welcome.
Anybody else?
I think Bramwell is gonna stay in the room with Amy, like as she's absorbing all those empathetic things. He's just kind of sitting there, sort of waiting and being there in case she needs somebody afterwards.
Yeah. So I think Amy, as a ghost, just fully immerses herself in this giant salt crystal heart, and is just fully immersed in the psychic, like, maelstrom of people her father has killed. And it's probably pretty traumatic. And at some point, she kind of floats out to take a minute, and she sees you, then says, "Oh, hello, Bramwell. You're not gonna go eat pancakes and get laid with the rest of them?"
I've done enough of both of those in my lifetime that I don't need it anymore. It's more important to make sure that you're safe.
Oh, yeah? You used to be quite a pimp?
Big pimpin'.
A gentleman never tells.
That's nice. So, thank you for being here, I guess. I know you did a lot for my siblings. I'm sorry I've been such a bitch.
Nonsense. Teenagers are the worst time of your life. Those years suck. And take that from somebody whose teenage years lasted for 86 years.
Dwarves are complicated.
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
Amy says, I'm not going to be a teenager for much longer. It's my birthday soon.
Well, I don't know how to tell you, but your 20s are going to kind of suck, too. You kind of pull it together around your 30s, usually. But what do you want to do for your birthday?
Well, I mean, I usually just do important state business. You know, there's like dignitaries come and bring me gifts and try to make, deals and tariffs or whatever. But I think this year I'm going to go try to meet a Buigle. Have you heard about these guys? Buigles?
Yes, very impressive. Very large.
More to love, dog.
More to love.
Yes.
She says, I'd love to go for a ride when I get my body back.
But what kind of cake do you want?
I mean, cakes are really just delivery vehicles for icing. I think we can all agree.
No.
No, you haven't had good cake.
You go straight to hell.
Yeah.
You go to hell and you die.
You need both.
Now you know Amy's
The
a villain.
ratio has to be right.
You just haven't had the right cakes yet. Tell me, what are some of your favorite flavors?
Coconut.
No, there's like 1,000 cakes you can make out of coconut.
What about
Keep
banana? Austin.
What about Banana Austin? She's not me. Why would I? I'm not self-inserting on every NPC.
You started with coconut. That's your other flavor.
The audience doesn't know that.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm calling you out.
I've never actually picked out stuff like that. I've always had servants for that.
Well, consider this a chance to look deep within yourself and have a little empathy for yourself as well, as you've just gathered from all of them. And whatever cake you want, you let me know and I'll bake it for you.
Oh.
Also, quietly deep down, Bramwell has 0 baking skills.
Oh no.
He's just like, I want to do it because, it'll make her happy.
I bet they have cake mixes in Heart City, maybe at a store. I don't know.
I think I'm going to go back into the salt now.
I'll be here.
Vireen's in the hot tub.
I don't know what. I didn't expect to hear that, but it's. How could you have said anything else besides
Exactly. Vireen's in the hot tub in the locker room, just resting all of these very punished newly acquired muscles.
Yeah. Does Vireen believe in cryonic therapy for sports? That's the new hotness in our universe, is the idea that you should use cold. Apparently, very controversial.
No. Why would you do that? No, you'd make all your muscles. Seems like a terrible idea.
It's a thing.
It's a terrible
I'm sorry. I don't think it works either, but I'm not an expert, so I don't want to say it definitively.
Super weird. I'd really like to see some better studies performed.
Me too. Is anybody in there with you? Because in my headcanon, you're chilling all alone, like that famous picture of Geralt in the hot tub.
Yep.
And then like a steam mephit suddenly emerges from the water and is like,
God.
I love the methods.
I appreciate you keeping things warm in here.
Which one is it?
no problem, dog. It's Breadwell. Treadwell's the lightning, Breadwell's the steam. Come on, keep them straight. Also, you're not even here. Who am I talking to? Bye.
Wait, do I have one of the other ones?
Sure.
I love opening their mouths and talking into them like phones.
Yeah. I think does Vireen do anything but chill? Because this is a very Conrad kind of scene. Is just to be like, I chill and do nothing, and like there's no NPCs who come in and have a touching moment. You don't get any items. You just vibe.
Just vibing.
Nice.
That's the whole plan. It's just to vibe.
I'm literally just vibing.
Rest up and get ready for what's ahead.
Have one last chill just in case.
Vindrass, what did you paint for on the stadium for the workers?
Did they have any requests, or are they leaving this up to Vindrass's creativity?
Free bird.
No, they want your genius. They want your vision specifically.
Okay, what was the animal that the sports team here was themed after?
Abalones, they're kind of an ocean snail.
Okay, can I make the most badass possible mural of just like a bunch of just warrior abalones? Like, you wouldn't fucking want to mess with this army. They are powerful, they are strong, they are your team, the undefeatable abalones.
The slimy abalones.
And it's just like, hey, we're showing some pride to your team here, but also just priming you all to be ready to stand up and fight in the war that is inevitably coming any minute. But on the down low.
Yeah, so you've put the finishing touches on that as all the workers watch you, and they're enraptured. Like you're a hero to them as a working class revolutionary, as a religious leader, just as a gladiatorial combatant. So they're thrilled. And as you put the finishing touches on it, and they all like clap and backslap you, I think one person comes running and says, "The castle's here."
This has been fun.
Bum, bum, bum.
I'm gonna go find my friends. I'll see you all later. Goodbye.
Bye, Vindrass. And they're all like grabbing at you and trying to hug you and just like get one last hand on you.
I hope your day goes well, everyone. Stay safe.
Oh. Staples gives an incredible massage. You would not believe it.
I believe it. She's got hands.
Yeah, the ladies in the sewing circle taught me how. I'm going to be a big hit when I get back there.
I'm sure you will be.
Oh, I mean, Vindrass, you gotta try this. It's really something.
I'll say this. The castle's here, so we'll make it the first thing we do when we get back from that. See, we all gotta get back okay then.
I think I figured out what I want to do with Barbara.
Okay, yeah, I love this. So you're all making your way to the edge of the Colosseum. What does Barbara demonstrate an ability to do?
It's not so much an ability as a gift. But I don't know. Hey, Amy, I found a baby, and maybe when we get your body back, we can teach you how to raise her. And then. Yes, I want to give it to Amy.
Aw.
Because she's so sad. She's so sad. She needs a bear.
Amy reaches out for the bear osprey, but can't take it. Obviously, she's a ghost. Her hands go through it, and she just says, "Oh."
But it can fly.
Yeah, so it's like flying where her hands are, and she says, "I'll never abandon you, little buddy."
Her name's Barbara.
Hello, Barbara.
Okay.
The group makes its
Bye.
The group makes its way up to the top row of the stadium, like the stands, where the seating is, the very top.
Yeah, the nosebleeds.
Yeah, the nosebleeds, like at the edge of the stadium, because you want to be at the highest point to fly onto the castle. And you see in the distance, Wolfram Castle. It's a big medieval fortress atop a cruise ship. None of you have like great reference for what a cruise ship is, but it's just so enormous that it's like staggering. It's like a skiff of a scale that you think, hundreds of people could live in this thing. You do have a map, actually. Who has the map in their inventory? I don't think we specified.
Not Lauren.
Yeah. Let's say Bramwell, just because you're the one who's been here before, so I think you probably took the lead on making it. You can give it to someone else if you want, but I want to say that you're not going to get lost in the castle, but you do know that you need to go get the plutonium elemental taken care of before you storm the throne room.
Yeah. This is no pressure.
Yep. So everybody's getting ready to fly off the edge of the Colosseum and onto the castle. Why don't you all make perception checks to see if the coast is clear?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, we're historically very good at perception tests.
23.
14.
5.
Does anybody get advantage?
Unfortunately, here's the consequence of this failure is you don't see what's happening until it's too late to affect it.
Oh, no.
You do eventually see what's happening, though, which is there is a figure flying in the sky, a man-shaped figure, big, beautiful blue and green peacock wings.
Oh my god, isn't he dead? Why didn't we
Why
kill him?
is he...
Fucking hell.
This is Duke Pendergrass coming to the stadium, carrying the body of Amy Wolfram, or,
Oh shit.
if you will, Beowulf from inside of Amy's body.
No. This is bad timing.
It's extremely bad timing.
Why is he like this? Why do you like him so much, Austin?
You know he had to throw one more spanner in the works before this is all wrapped up. So you failed the perception check, so you didn't see him in time to be able to affect what happens, which is the castle spots him and stops, and then it begins reversing course.
Let's get flying onto that fucking castle before it flees.
Go.
So Vindrass, you say that. Zer grabs Lola, Staples grabs Vireen, the Mephits grab Bramwell. You have your
My broom.
your witch's broom. Everyone's ready to go, and then Amy says, "Wait, what about my body?"
I can't abandon. I have to get her body.
Can't we direct the body to also be brought to the castle?
The Duke is flying in at a completely different angle from the opposite direction. To stop and go and get Amy's body is totally fair. The castle's going to get away, or at least it's going to get far enough that you're not going to be able to sneak on board. Here, I'll frame this as a pros and cons. If you go onto the castle right now, the pros are you will not be seen. You'll have a stealthy approach. The pros are you will be determined to stop the God King. You will gain an additional level. And the pros are that you won't have to talk to the Duke. The cons are
that last one might be the deciding factor.
Yeah, actually, you don't even have to say what the cons are.
the cons are Amy will not get her body.
Right now.
And then there's
Like,
yeah.
Is this technically a new arc?
No, this is the question. If you make this decision, you gain either 2 or 3 levels, depending on what you choose, and then the final arc starts.
So
now theoretically, Amy could still get her body back later. Like, it's not like the Duke's gonna like fucking drop it in a puddle or something.
No, Amy turns and starts floating to the opposite side of the stadium, to the east. The castle came in from the west. So Amy's going to go get her body. She says, "Please don't abandon me."
I can't. I had to stay behind for Amy. Which I know is bad, probably. But like,
If you do so, could you catch us up?
You gotta sacrifice Caden or Ashley. Now, if one of them was interesting, this would have been a hard choice. But still, you gotta pick one.
Honestly, this would please make this an easy choice, like Mass Effect was, where you go kill the space racist.
I can't. I don't. Lola can't. Like, I just like I've been wrong. Like, it's just she couldn't do it.
Now, this is a doubly interesting because even if Lola catches up, the party's going to have to go face the plutonium elemental without her.
Without me.
And Lola's the one who speaks elemental fluently and has been practicing to do this specific thing. So that's extremely brutal.
Well, I do still have Pass Without Trace, which could be helpful if we had to just go on later. And I also have another Hide in Plain Sight. That's just for me. But, yeah, no lie, like, I feel really bad because it's, like, not the wisest decision, but Lola wouldn't, especially with the fucking Duke. I can't.
So while the party is standing at the lip of the stadium at the top of the stands, watching the castle begin to turn around and go back the way it came, you see as the Duke comes in with Amy's body, the abbot is now like walking onto the field below you. The abbot is a djinn, a air genie, and so he begins summoning a gust of wind around him. Essentially, he's creating a tornado around his body and lifting up into the air. This is Create Whirlwind, an ability he has, a 5-foot radius, 30-foot tall cylinder of swirling air. And he's beginning to take off because the Duke is barely tolerated by the God King, and Amy is an active resurrection, is an active insurrection against her father. So when these two figures appear, the abbot jumps in to apprehend them.
Oh, shit.
I would like to cast a spell.
Yeah.
I would like to cast Silence.
Interesting.
targeting like centered on the abbot to cancel his whirlwind.
Yeah. What's the range on that? Because you're pretty high up. The whole purpose of the stadium kind of maneuver is that you're at the edge of the top.
Let's say it's 400. Actually, it's 120 feet.
Oh yeah. I think that probably puts a damper on his cool like rising into the air with a whirlwind around him technique. He can still fly naturally because I mean from the waist down he is a
Austin lame.
Yeah. No, but this is good because the thing he can do with that whirlwind is like suck people towards him. So he can still fly, but he doesn't have that ability. Bramwell, you turn around and you drop an aura of silence on him. But now like this critical moment has come because the abbot's going to try to take Pendergrass and Amy into custody, Amy's body at least, and Amy's going to go back for her body. So if you want to help these characters and save them from the abbot, you have to stay behind, but you're going to lose your determination and the castle is going to get away, and you're going to lose your ability to sneak on unnoticed.
I'll stay behind. If y'all want to go ahead of me, no, it's not ideal, but I gotta do what I gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. We do need to talk to the nuclear dude.
Bramwell would like to go up to Lola, and he's just going to say,
I believe in you. Do your best.
and he's going to put his hand on the heck bow, and he's going to cast magical weapon on it.
Oh shit.
And I like to think he flavors magical weapon by being like, he just spits on it, kind of rubs it in, and he's like,
That grandpa sauce.
yeah.
Ew! Ew! Ew!
That's got to be the episode title now, right?
Grandpa sauce.
That's the worst thing anyone's ever said. On this
Well-
show, we've had so many upsetting images. We had the jerky net. We've had people have their skin ripped off. Someone was completely disassembled.
I think that shouldn't be the title of the episode because it so clearly was there. It was put in there to be the title. It's trying too hard.
It wasn't. I'm just stoned.
Laura, you're gonna give away our whole game about why we say weird shit on this show.
I mean, I know I've said weird shit to get it to be the title, but it's not me this time.
I think with that, Bramwell, you spit on the heck bow and it starts glowing, and then you just kind of step backwards off the top of the stadium as the Mephits lift you into the air.
Yeah.
That's such a metal move. What do I get for that? While I have my sticky note here.
Oh, it gives you a +1 to all your attack and damage rolls for an hour.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
All right.
All right. I wrote damage, DAMG instead of damage.
Look, I get it. You gotta do what you gotta do. Just good luck, and I guess we'll try and do this. It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
I know it's sorry doesn't really cut it, but just can't.
Oh, no, you don't need to apologize. My apologies. This is not a you've done anything wrong. This is a me panicking because I don't know what we're gonna do, and it's a very scary situation, but that's not anything you need to apologize for. It's all...
Honey, I know you like to talk, but we've got to go. The castle's leaving. We've got to go.
Okay, we're, see ya. Off, we gotta go.
Bye.
So Staples grabs Vireen and takes to the air. Vindrass, you have your blue quarterstaff.
Do I need to take anyone with me on it, or am I just soloing on it? I can't remember how everyone else is flying.
In the immortal words of the artist Jason Derulo, you are riding solo. Riding solo. Riding solo.
Okay.
Chris. Jason Derulo.
Lola Beans, roll initiative.
Can Jason Derulo roll initiative?
Jason Derulo can roll initiative, but I think he's probably pretty busy.
Must be nice being
no,
rich.
he's not.
If you get him to roll initiative, he's gonna use his turn every 6 seconds to say his own name. That's all he's gonna do to help you.
I rolled a 19. Yeah, he's just gonna say his name over and over and over and over and over.
Jason Derulo rolled a 19.
Thank you.
We already have an episode of this show named after him, so I know we've done this bit before.
Jason Derulo, send me money. I'm reminding people you exist.
So the abbot rolls an 11. So Lola Beans, I think basically at this point you turn into a helicopter of some sort, basically, because Zur picks you up and you have an enchanted bow with all your quills tipped with poison, and you're an intense marksman.
All right, so I get to go first.
Mm-hmm.
So I get a +1 to that. Ooh, so he's a humanoid, so I get that bonus too. Is he a humanoid, right?
Do you want to argue about what makes a humanoid? Because he doesn't have legs.
But 27.
No, he's an elemental.
Damn it! Oh, he's a wait. That counts too.
I was gonna say, isn't that the other thing?
Yeah, I confused
you
myself
specifically
for a
picked
minute.
the only two things you were really going to face in the campaign.
Oh, botch. Alright, so 27, a botch, 25, a botch.
What the fuck?
That's cool.
All right, so roll the damage for the 27 and the 25. Those both hit the abbot, but I think basically what happens is Zur picks you up and like leaps from the top of the stadium, but instead of going over the edge towards the castle, you go towards the infield where the abbot is chasing the duke like through the air. They're like dogfighting, and you just start firing on this clash, and you just riddle them both with bolts.
Honestly, if Amy's body is fine, I'm not mad about it, because the Duke is a little bitch. I rolled 17 damage.
Yeah, so I think that's exactly what happens. Like, we see a bolt going in slow motion. We're like following it, like first person camera as it's going towards Amy's body, and then like the Duke sees at the last second and like turns his shoulder into it, so he gets stabbed instead of her body.
Oh no, the Duke got shot.
Like, I think you like get him through the wing, and he starts doing like a crash landing into the scoreboard in the stadium. That's where this is gonna happen. As he slams into it, like knocks down the away team part of the sign, and the abbot lands on the home team, and they're like facing off on the lip of the scoreboard basically as you come in. It's now the abbot's turn.
I don't like him.
Yeah.
He should leave.
He should leave. Okay.
Hey, I don't like you. Please leave.
What if that worked? What if I was just like, oh, okay, bye.
What if I rolled persuasion a crit?
Unfortunately, that's not how any of this works.
I know, but that'd be hilarious.
I think actually what you need to do is make a strength check to hold on to Zur as he does a gust of wind in your direction to try to knock you out of his hands.
19!
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you.
The only thing more powerful than a cyclone from a genie is your interracial love.
What the fuck, Austin?
I don't know. No one should let me talk into a microphone.
This and grandpa sauce.
Grandpa sauce is very gross. So I think as this fight's happening, we think about Bramwell, Vireen, and Vindrass flying towards the castle as it's moving across the salt flat. I mean, growing up in Florida, I've seen a lot of cruise ships, but I actually literally saw one in person in eastern Pennsylvania like 2 days ago. Very strange coincidence. Wow. They are so fucking huge.
Yeah, I've seen them at the Tampa port, and I was like, that's so much bigger than I thought. It's like 3 times bigger than I thought.
Yeah. So I'm going to say Wolfram Castle has about 6,000 people living in it. I looked it up, like the largest cruise ship is getting close to 7,000 occupancy. But imagine that the God King built a brick wall around the edge of it, like a castle wall essentially out of pink salt brick, and like the mortar on it like almost flows with his power, because he's like holding it up through sheer will. So it's like this fortress cruise ship as you fly in. But because of the choices you made, you can get in undetected. I don't have to make you roll. And because the way that the revolution is going, they're not. It's not heavily like manned, not garrisoned with all kinds of troops. Because there's another way this goes. If you don't, get the Turek on your side, if the people aren't fighting for the Gorefields and Harp City, where this place is crawling with guards, and you have to like Helm's Deep your way in.
I'm glad we don't have to fight our way in. That seems good.
Yeah, I just like that as Vindrass seeing these looming castle walls and saying that to the group.
Real glad we're not having to kick that front door in. Ooh.
Like there aren't any like looky-loos who are like, because if this was just a cruise ship, like people could just look over the side and see you, but because he has built these big walls, not ironically, ironic is the word that came to mind. That's not actually what that word means, but I'm going to use it because everyone knows what I mean when I say ironically. His defenses have left him defenseless here.
He's built walls being like, aha, no one will ever scale these walls, not thinking, maybe I should be able to see past these walls in case someone comes over them.
Yeah, I mean, so he's not an idiot. Like, there were supposed to be people on these walls with, like, bows, like long bows, but they've all been sent to Harp City to fight, revolutionaries.
Yeah.
So,
like, it's only for a little while. No one's going to come over my wall during this brief period of time. Who would even do that?
So that's like this just long shot of the parties floating. Just like gliding gracefully over the flats toward this ship as we cut back to Lola's turn as you fight the abbot on the scoreboard. He's just this big blue guy kicking up wind, and the Duke is holding Amy's body defensively, trying to protect her from you as much as him.
Sometimes you shoot bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 25, 19, 26.
All those hit.
29.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good chunk of damage. I think you put a couple through him, and he stumbles into the sign and like gets blood wiped on the big home side, like the word home team.
That kind of makes it look cooler, though.
Yeah, I want like
the home team sound fearsome.
Is the last rally ball match that was played here still like somehow on the sign? I know that doesn't make technological sense, but I like to imagine it's like 27-10 up there, and you're getting blood all over it.
Blood.
I think Amy's like trying to float through the abbot, being like, "Come on, let me at him. Hey, let me at him." But she's a ghost, so her fists are just going through his body.
Oh, if it wouldn't kill her, I'd like to think Barbara was like chomping on him or something.
Yeah. Wait, was that the bear osprey?
Yeah, the boss spray cup that I gave to Amy.
Yeah, the tiny bear osprey can do, I think, roleplay wise, probably can assist here in some way.
It's just like while Amy's trying to float through it. It's like biting his snout.
This gives me real Scrappy Doo vibes, honestly.
Oh no.
I know that's probably not a great thing, but that's where I'm at.
No, something cuter.
Mm-hmm. I think at this point, the Duke just says, like, "I cannot interfere. I have made deal. I am powerless here. Help me."
God, I hate the Duke so much.
I'm trying, you fucking lily-livered son of a bitch.
Oh no, I am useless here.
Uh-huh.
Oh, like everywhere else I go, I can't do anything.
Oh, only here am I useless, apparently. Not everywhere else I've ever been.
Amy, go to your body.
So as statted, genies usually carry scimitars. This guy, though, he was just running a coliseum. He's not actually wielding a traditional weapon. But I'm going to reflavor this as essentially like a cutting blade of wind he summons and slashes at you, Lola Beans.
He could not.
16.
Yeah.
Yep, 11. So he basically like thrusts his arm out at you in the in an anime fashion, cuts through the air in like a blade, and you get slashed. He does the same thing to Pendergrass. He's throwing out air blades at all of you. Do we want to roll something for the bear osprey, the bosprey?
What damage could that little snout do even?
You want to roll a d4 and just give him a little poke?
3. Good job, little baby. That's almost max.
He's got a bear snout, like a bear muzzle.
Yeah.
He just does a little bear chomp.
Yeah, a little bear chomp, which even for a small bear is a big chomp.
Yeah, that's how that works statistically. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I got bit by the tiniest pitbull puppy like a month ago, and like I was bruised hard.
Wow.
He's teething, and his jaws were so strong.
Powerful chompers.
Yeah. So is it my turn now?
It sure is. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna do my. I just like shooting because it works.
Yeah.
It works really well, so I'm gonna do my 4.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. 17, 15, 18, 17. Really?
17, 18, 17 hit.
22, 29 again.
Mm-hmm.
I like that number. It's a good number of damage to do each time.
So I think the abbot is once again going to try to summon this whirlwind on top of the sign. Everyone, dexterity saving throw as you are all sucked into this whirlwind.
22.
Yeah. So can you actually describe to me? Because this whirlwind appears around the abbot. He's trying to suck you in. You're actually holding onto Zer's arms. What do you do not to get sucked in?
So stupid. I was like, what if Zer flips me into the air backwards like a pancake? And then he has to catch me as he flies away.
Oh, so it's okay, so in order to escape the whirlwind, he throws you up and then dives down and catches you on the way down. So
exactly. Yeah.
Okay, this is a very advanced maneuver.
We're dating now, so we know how to do it.
Yeah, that's what happens when you go
dating.
steady.
You know how to do aerobics together, acrobatics together.
You unlock the advanced techniques.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but the Duke does get sucked in though.
I don't give a shit about he has Amy's body.
Yeah, that's exactly where we enter this. So Zer catches you, and you turn with your bow to face the abbot, and he has the Duke in a headlock, and Amy's body is on the lip of the sign now. So it's like a double hostage situation. He grabs the Duke, he has him restrained, and also he can knock Amy's body off the sign and plummet it to the ground below. What do you do? Mm-hmm.
Let me. Computer. How about you?
Oh, I didn't even mean for this to be like a Spider-Man Green Goblin situation.
Oh wait, why am I even? It's just the Duke and Amy. Why do I?
Can we use a better scenario like in Batman Forever where it's Robin in one and I don't remember who was the female lead in that movie in the
Alicia
other?
Silverstone? Or no, that was later. Forever somebody else. I love Batman and Robin.
You're right, Chris. This is a much better analogy in that you don't know one of the people involved's name.
It was the female lead, all right? I don't know.
What happens if
Supposed to remember every shitty 90s movie cast?
Duke, you're a grown man. Sorry. I'll try to help if I can, but I gotta use this body.
What do you do?
Bradley.
Oh, fuck. You do have a grappling hook. Sick. Tell me about this.
I have a grappling hook. I like to think it's like a Yoshi kind of move he does with his little mouth, his little pangolin mouth.
Uh-huh.
And I'd like him to grapple Amy's body to me, where it's safe-ish.
All right, so the abbot's standing on the sign in the stadium. He has the Duke in his hands. He has Amy's body at his feet. And then you have the Pangloris shoot out his tongue and grab Amy's body, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then the hostage situation, the hostage taker reacts with extreme violence, which I think is with his claw genie hand just snapping the Duke's wing, or maybe both, and just throwing his body off the sign.
Oh no!
He'll live,
Don't
right?
do that. Don't hurt him, not the Duke.
I didn't make a promise to the Duke, so...
Uh-huh.
No, I do feel bad, though. He's not... Is he dead, or is he just injured? I'll make it up to him later.
I think right now, Lola, in the heat of battle, you cannot tell necessarily. I mean, you could spend a turn doing a medicine check, but that's going to involve not facing the person who's still going to try to kill you.
Yeah, I'll check on him after the abbot's dead.
Okay, so the abbot...
I think he would understand.
The abbot he's challenge rating 11, which means he's balanced for an entire party of a level 11 adventurers. He's very strong.
Maybe I should try to leave then.
He grabs one of the Duke's wings in each hand, near the body, and just snaps them chicken wing bones, and throws the man off the sign, who, as he plummets, to the ground, just Oh no! Which is,
I'll come back for you later.
but the Pangloris Bradley pulls Amy's body to you. Just outrageously sticky, that tug, and you now. I mean, so this is a lot for Zer to carry, and I think you're slowly descending now because this is like a 3-person flight situation.
When can I call the animal again? I want something fat that can land on the dude, not the dude. It's like, oh, he's almost dead. Bye, big animal, come kill him the rest of the way.
I mean, this is the last arc, so if you do this, you have no more animals in season 7.
No, but I want to kill him. And
Okay.
then if I bring a big flying animal, the mother of the boss spray, Barbara's mom, should come eat the abbot, and then they can fly us to the castle because they can't handle me and Amy.
So you want to burn your last conduit ability to summon in backup for this fight?
I would like to use my final conduit ability to summon some for this fight. Backup plus transportation to the castle because we're all too big.
All right. Well, okay. So this, in retrospect, we're not really retconning so much as we're filling in some flavor context here. Is that so? When the Duke shows up with Amy's body, is that when you sent in for backup essentially?
Yes.
And then you're like trying to buy time by fighting him until the animal shows up. I feel like that's the flavor that makes the most sense.
That is what I did.
Okay. I'm just going through the script in my head. I got to send it to Netflix this week, you know.
Yeah. Deadlines. Hate them.
Yeah. Hello, Jonathan Netflix. I'm sorry, you're French. It's
Jonathan Netflix. I feel like it'd be like
Netflix.
Michael.
Michael Netflix.
No, I'm done.
I think for added drama, like the abbot like grabs the boss spray, the baby boss spray, and like one clawed hand.
He's gonna get it.
Yeah, and he's like smiling wickedly because he just, broke the Duke's wings, and he's like, "Return the traitor's body to me," and then the shadow falls over him.
Look behind you.
Lauren, can you give me a more powerful picture, a mental image of a boss spray? I want to know which features are which.
All right, so I'm gonna go with polar bear as the kind of bear because it is the deadliest land bear according to when I googled the other week.
It is, yeah. Or biggest predator.
Yeah, so he's got his big paws. So it's like a paws. It's like the wings from the osprey and in like bear claws.
Ooh.
And then bear snout. But I like to think like a bird tail. I don't know. It's just a bear with the tail, and wings, I guess.
We absolutely had a conversation earlier in the show where I was like, I'm deliberately not doing any bear hybrids because that's the joke, is the owl bear. So to end the season with a big bear is definitely owning me personally.
Get owned. Can it bite his head?
It can do whatever you want. You tell me.
I really want it to bite his head.
Yeah. So
because they can.
Oh, so like
heads.
the boss spray lands on the sign, which malfunctions and like basically starts like displaying messages, just like game over, victory, and then it bites his head clean off, and then there's a spray of blood like confetti.
Yeah, I'm gonna yell down, "Hey Duke, you okay?"
That's the question, huh? So the rest of the party lands on the castle walls. Uneventful, no rolls because of the decisions you made to get here. So you can look down on the cruise ship and you just see people milling around. There's 6,000 people in this ship. I would say probably like the majority, like 5,000 or so, are Genasi with like some humans and dwarves. These are the privileged class, and then there's probably like 1,000. Mostly like slaves, mostly moles.
Does anyone seem concerned by our having landed on the ship?
No one has seen you yet. You land on the castle walls. Like there should be an archer in here whose job it is to shoot you, but he is now currently being killed on a battlefield, and near the gore fields. So you just land in his tower, and he probably, there's a chair here. Probably he left a magazine as like Archer's Weekly.
Tony, I remember him.
So one of you has a map to this place. You know exactly where to go. I'm not going to make you roll for that.
All right. I want to start leading us there.
I knew this thing was big, but until we got inside it, I didn't really get that whole sense of we're what's the phrase for it? In the belly of the beast. We are real in here, huh?
And oh, what a belly. I don't know.
No, that's the Frankie Valley and the Four Seasons. Oh, what a belly. Do, do.
I love the Four Seasons, Chris.
Well, you're welcome. I gave you a little reminder that they exist today.
I really appreciate that.
You know what you should do? You should watch that movie that Clint Eastwood directed.
No. Because when I say I love the Four Seasons, I say I love the Jersey Boys original Broadway production soundtrack. So
it was Lucky Luciano from Boardwalk Empire in it. How dare you?
Yep. Also, the fun fact, sorry, nobody else cares. The guy who plays Frankie in the movie is the same guy who did it on Broadway. So that's cool.
How concerned... If this goes sideways, we're going to have a lot of work to do to get out in one piece, huh?
No. If it goes sideways, we will be killed.
Yeah.
There is no leaving this with a mission half finished.
Yeah, I'll put this one up on a shelf because the stake is high.
God damn it. This cow is smoking weed, folks, because the stakes are high.
Put that on my tombstone again.
Sorry, that's an Eminem lyric, Lauren. You can't have that one.
Oh, it really is? I don't like it anymore.
I know. I'm sorry about
That's
it.
fine. As long as you die after Eminem, he probably won't be able to sue you.
I think his ghost will try.
Isn't that known for being litigious? Anyway.
No, he didn't engage
Maybe
in
his
a
ghost will be Austin.
legal battle with his mother for God knows how long.
She sued him, and the government sued him. Anyway, it's a long story. Why do I know so much?
What?
Why are you
you like a
defending
big
Eminem?
Eminem stan? Why are you
Wow.
like,
This
excuse
is
me,
really
no,
out.
the mother sued him.
Chris, Stan is an interesting word choice for Eminem.
Yes.
It all comes back around. This cannot be the conversation we're having as the party arrives to a living nuclear bomb.
Remember old Cartoon Network Boomerang? It's all coming back to you. That was their tagline. Then you could go watch some Huckleberry Finn.
Ooh, and Laughapalooza.
Huckleberry Hound. Sorry, Huckleberry Finn's an actual thing.
Honestly, I imagine this is the level of conversation the three of us are having because we don't want to deal with the fact that we're about to go talk to an explosive person that is a concern. Sometimes you just go talk about bullshit on the way
Does
there.
that mean Eminem exists in this post-apocalyptic?
No, I like that. It's like you're all talking about Huckleberry Hound for like a solid minute of screen time as the camera slowly zooms out and reveals you've been standing in front of the door and just not opening it because you're dreading what's on the other side. Because you basically make your way down to the bottom of this ship, successfully avoiding being spotted by anybody who would be motivated to tattle on you using the map you made in the library. There's a huge lead door down here, and on the other side is the plutonium elemental. Now, we don't really do puzzles here on Dice Funk. I don't think they're particularly fun to play or listen to.
No, you don't want us to have to write down the letters and the numbers on a piece of paper and try and spot the anagram.
No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have different colored gems going into different shaped slots. I don't want to do...
The trick is you got to put the purple one in upside down. That's the trick.
Can we stop to acknowledge that Tomb Raider was the best video game movie of all time because it included a stupid color crystal puzzle in the movie?
Dungeons & Dragons does have a long history of that, though, but this is the closest I think we're going to get, which is a conversational puzzle or a social puzzle, which is to say, on the other side of this door, there's a plutonium elemental. You need to keep it from killing all 6,000 people on this ship. One of you needs to go inside. You cannot use psionics through the lead. Superman rules. But whoever goes in this room... just cards on the table. You will be hit with a lethal dose of radiation if this goes badly.
So, not Bramwell.
That sounds just fine. I've got limited time as it is.
I don't mind going in. I'm pretty sturdy. I'll probably be okay.
I don't think it's a case of sturdiness. It seems
No,
to be...
I know, but
I think we stand to lose a lot more by losing you than losing another old soldier. It's what we do.
It doesn't matter. Without Lola to talk to the thing, unless you're gonna understand what it's thinking, I'm the only one who can do it.
I mean, I can detect thoughts, but that's not going to help me communicate back in any way. Like, I might be able to know what's going on in its head, I just don't know what I can do with that.
This is also like a brutal final social boss for Vireen because his character was a charisma build. And then
And now it's gone. Yeah.
that tickles me in a way that it's hard to articulate. It's very good.
Vireen's gonna put his upper hand on Bramwell's shoulder and just say, I'll be fine. I can take a few more punches these days. And opens up the lead door and marches in.
I have faith in you, son.
Ugh, don't talk to me about faith.
You have always been the better talker, and I still think you are. You're less likely than me. If I go in there, I'd last like 3 seconds max. You're gonna do great.
Yeah. Just, don't rush in. And Vireen closes the door.
Vireen, you find yourself in I want to say, dimly lit room. There might even be no light. Do you have dark vision?
Let me check. Did I give Vireen dark vision? I did!
Yeah, I remember you said cat eyes. So
Yeah.
I would say that this is actually like a pitch black cell almost. It's a definitely dungeon-esque. But as you walk in, your cat eyes open up and you are able to see what is a pretty depressing, lonely place. There's not much in here. You see in the center of the room what is it's a plutonium elemental. But I think I don't know what you were expecting. It's difficult to imagine something made out of metal as being emaciated, but that is kind of the vibe you get.
Yeah.
I mean, Laura, you know Registeel, of course, the Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine if Registeel was trying to be Christian Bale in the Mechanist or the Machinist. It's very upsetting.
Yeah, that's not a fun image.
It's made out of like a silvery metal, but it's strangely thin and fragile looking. But plutonium being an incredibly heavy element, even this thing, which looks like it should be like the weight of a human probably at its size, but when it steps the ground, like the metal floor bends beneath it because that's how dense it is. But it does have this kind of fragility to it. It looks up at you, and I think you see at this point, Conrad just put a Registeel into the chat that looks like it's a PlayStation 5 version. That's... Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, honestly, have not seen that image. That's what I'm going for. What if Registeel was a PlayStation 5? I will say one added detail here is that it is there are pink salt crystals like around the perimeter of the room. Almost it seems like some kind of monitoring system, or basically the God King's influence in the room is such that it's almost like a panic button. Like if you breach the throne room, he can in some way like send out a signal which will detonate this thing. In addition, I think its feet are probably encased in pink salt into the floor so that it can't really move. like, you know, the cement shoes gangsters get before they're thrown in the river, like
Right.
that, but pink salt. Just so that if it tries to like make a run for it or something, the God King can turn its feet off, essentially.
So, Vireen is going to just right out the gate cast comprehend languages.
Definitely. Do you want to read that for the audience so I know the exact contours of that spell?
Yeah, so for the next hour, I can understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that I hear. I can also understand any written language seen, but must be touching the surface on which it's written. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
So you used this once before, I believe, this season in the Glass Forest over here, the Merciel who are going to ambush you. That was a very fun use of it.
Mm-hmm.
This is more straightforward. So if Lola was here, she would just speak primordial back and forth, but with comprehend language, you can understand it, but it cannot understand you. So this is, what is that movie?
Arrival?
The Arrival?
Arrival. Fuck. Yes,
Yeah.
Arrival. It's
I've never
literally.
told you my Arrival story.
No, tell me about that.
So I was in an anthropology class, and the teacher was starting to try to, like, we were trying to describe like the differences of languages, and she started like trying to explain Arrival, and I was like, I definitely saw that movie. I remember not super loving it at the end. I couldn't remember why. And she decided, she was like, oh, I'll play a couple minutes for class. And we started playing like the last 15 minutes of the movie, and like it hit me all at once, and I just started laughing in class because I was like, wait a minute, the end's like the whole thing was time travel and shit like that. Everyone else in the class is gonna have no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, it's a montage of scenes that you're like, oh, it's all happening at the same time. And the teacher was just like, that movie didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's the I See Dead People montage where everything makes sense now.
Yep.
But if you haven't seen Bruce Willis having the quiet dinners with his wife where she doesn't acknowledge him, you don't understand why all that matters.
Yeah. All right, so Vireen is going to sort of very slowly approach it with the arms up, all of them, moving very slowly in its direction.
Yeah. I think it looks up at you. I think at first it probably thinks you're just here to bring some kind of food. It doesn't eat like people food, but they probably bring it some kind of magical energy or something to keep it alive. And it probably assumes that's what's happening because that's what happens every day. And then you don't have food, so it looks at you more closely and says, "Hello?"
Oh, hello.
I'm so bad with kids.
Oh no, it's a baby.
Oh.
Just treat it the opposite of how you treated your fake son.
Oh my god, the parallels, the cinematic poetry.
Fuck. Yeah, right? So, Vireen's immediately concerned.
Mm-hmm.
This was supposed to be a big, frightening monster thing,
Mm-hmm.
which this very clearly is not.
Yeah, I think even like you didn't see what Clear saw in the nuclear plant, but she saw like a security camera feed of the God King taking this out of the reactor.
Right.
And at that time, it was much more Registeel than it is now. Like this is only for the Michael Netflix in the future.
Michael Netflix. Michelle Netflix.
Michelle Netflix. But yeah, it used to be much more physically intimidating, and now it is not. But you would not know that. So
Oh, feed it.
Let's put a pin in that for just a moment, shall we, Lauren? We have yet to
No.
determine what it eats.
But it said hello. That's such an easy mark.
I'm just, I've seen Little Shop.
Oh, that's true.
That's what I'm getting at here.
Which is on HBO now, by the way, everybody who needs to know. If you have HBO. Feed me. It's like the one thing I have.
One thing I have in this cruel universe.
Literally.
We keep having digressions because no one wants to say something that's going to get them irradiated, and I understand that. That's a natural impulse.
So Vireen's gonna kneel down and I see. That's the problem now. It's one thing to communicate with something that I could anticipate, could understand, but I have no expectation of that now.
Do you hold your hand out like when you meet a new dog?
Oh God! Don't.
Yeah, right. No, it's not an animal.
Nice little baby. No, I know. That's all I know how to do.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what the method by which to communicate this physically even is. I
was just saying maybe bring one of the methods in because they probably speak primordial, but they'd be a bad translator. I feel like they'd say everything terrible.
They're immediately gonna get everyone killed.
They'll make a joke, and that'll. No.
Yeah, because she'd be like, tell it it's safe and you can come with us. And the mother's going to be like, fuck you.
Probably, yeah. So, so Vireen's going to kneel down and gesture with one of his hands upward and then towards his mouth. As if to, like, are you hungry?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so why don't you roll performance?
Okay. 11.
All right, so that's above average, so nothing bad happens. But
That's
I was looking for 15 to advance in a positive direction. I think you point at your own mouth, and it just reaches out a tentative hand and touches your mouth because it thinks that's what you want.
Oh.
And it just gives you a mouth boop, and it says,
Oh.
Did I do good?
Oh. I'm gonna cry. I've been so weepy lately.
Don't be mad.
Oh no!
Does
It's a baby.
does it have a face that is conveying emotions in the way that we would, that you can at least mimic, like a I'm not mad?
No, I don't think it does. I think it just has a plain metal face that Vireen cannot connect to on an anthropomorphic level.
No,
Just
but
pet it gently.
But he does know what a hug is, and Vireen's just gonna wrap all four arms around that, and yeah, you did okay.
I'm gonna cry. This is so cute.
Do we think that's persuasion?
I would say intimidate.
No! Don't intimidate the baby.
Please don't botch. Conrad.
I would actually
It's a
go.
baby.
We see. I would, and it really doesn't matter from a mathematical standpoint, but I would actually say insight would be the thing to roll for that.
Yeah.
But it's a crit.
Oh my God!
Hell
You
yeah.
cannot defuse a nuclear bomb with a hug, you son of a bitch!
Hell yeah, you can.